So now here, as of now, we have discussed about the various objects available in the Salesforce. Like we have the various standard objects which is provided by the Salesforce, and along with that, we have discussed about the various custom objects also, how to create our custom objects. Today we are going to be discussing here. So now when coming to the Salesforce CRM application, so now we have so many tabs are there. We have so many tabs are available in the Salesforce CRM application. So now like we have accounts tab, we have contacts tab, we have opportunities tab, we have leads tab. Like that we have so many tabs available here. So now when coming to the each and every tab, the tab is going to be representing a user interface by which the user can able to manage the records in that associated object. So because each and every tab is associated with an object. Every tab is associated with an object. Now, so now here we have the tabs, we have the object. Okay, we have the tab, we have the object. So now object, each and every object is associated with a table. Okay, every object is associated with a table. When coming to the object name and the table name both are same. Nothing but object name equals to the table name. Object name and the table name both are same. So we have the object like account. Account will be having the table account table. Contact will be having the contact table. Opportunity will be having the opportunity table. And the lead will be having the lead table. So that object name and the table name both are same. Every object is associated with a table. So now when coming to the object, what it contains basically, now we will see. So now suppose for example here, we have the objects are available. Like assume that we have the object name is some account. Object name is some account. And then we have the tab is available. Sorry, the table is available. Table name is also account. So now here we have object name and the table name. Now when coming to the object name is account and the table name is also account. When coming to the object name, this is contact and the table name is also contact. Object name is opportunity and the table name is also opportunity. Object name is lead and the table name is also lead. Object name is campaign and the table name is also campaign. Like that here we are having so many objects are available. So now here we have so many objects are there. So now when coming to the object, so now we have assume that we have the account object and we have account table. For the contact object, contact table. Opportunity object, opportunity table is available here. So now when coming to the object, so now each object contains the fields. Okay, each object contains the field. When coming to the table, what it contains? Each table contains columns. Okay, table will be having the columns. So now we have the object, we have the table. So now we have the fields in the object, we have the columns in the table. Nothing but when coming to the Salesforce, each field, okay, each field in the object, each field in the object will be associated with a column in the table. Okay, each field in the object will be associated with a column in the table. So now here, when coming to the column, creating the column in the sense creating the field in that object here. So now, how to create our own object, how to create our own fields, we are going to be discussing today. So now here, when coming to the fields, how many types of fields are available? Now we will see. And where these fields information is available. How can we see what are the fields are available? Now we will discuss about that. So now, so when coming to this fields in that associated objects, let's go to that Salesforce application. So now this is the application that we have. We have created the developer free account in our Salesforce application. And we have discussed about customizing the tabs also. In the last session, we have discussed about how to customize those tabs. So now we will see. So now when coming to the tab, every tab is going to be providing the associated objects home page. So now in that home page, you will be having so many options are available. Like it will be providing a button called as new in order to create a new record in that object. So now when you click on new, it is opening a layout. That layout is nothing but the edit layout. When you click on new or edit button on the existing record, then it will create the edit layout. In that edit layout, it will providing all the fields as the editable format. So because here, whenever you are creating a new record, at that time, the data we have to enter. So now if you want to enter the data, at that time, those text boxes have to be provided in editable format. Then only we can able to enter some data and we can able to create a new record in that associated object. So now, once you enter the data in those associated fields, we have a button called as save button. By using this save button, we can able to create a new record in the associated object. So now here we have the three buttons are available. One is save and the save and new and the cancel. Now save button is going to be saving the record. Save button is going to be saving the record into that associated object. Once the record is getting saved, then what happens? What will happen when you create a new record?
It saves the information in the. It creates a table and saves the information in the table.
Okay. So now once we have the object, the simple sentence is, whenever you are creating an object, automatically with that name table will be created. Once you create a field, automatically column will be created in the same table. Okay, so now creating a new record. Okay, here we are going to be creating a new record in that account object. So at that time, this record is going to be saving into the account table itself. So now when you click on save button, so now automatically it is going to be saving that record into that account table. While saving that record, it is creating a unique identification number that is called as the record ID. So now which will be the 18 characters unique number generated by the Salesforce that will be allocating to this particular record, and then it is going to be saving your record into the object and it will be redirecting you to the detail page of the record. Okay, so when you click on save, the record information will be saving into that associated table, and then it will generate a unique identification number which is a 18 characters. But in the URL it is going to be describing or it is providing the 15 characters ID only, because here the last 3 characters will not be displayed because of the security reasons. So now when coming to the Salesforce, if we want to get the complete 18 characters ID, then we have to make a query to the database and we can retrieve the complete 18 characters ID also. So now while saving that record, it is generating the unique identification number, which is a unique number generated by the Salesforce, and then your record will be get saved and it is redirecting you to the detailed page of that record. And then when you click on save and new, it will save the record and it will open a new account page record again, because in order to create a new record again, it is going to be opening the new account page again. And then cancel. When you click on cancel, it is going to be canceling that saving that record into the associated table. So now here we have the various options are available like save, save and new, and the cancel buttons are available. Now, so now when coming to the Salesforce, here it is providing so many fields available like account name, parent account, account number, account site, type, industry, annual revenue, like that so many fields are available here. So now when you observe that all these are fields, all these are fields that we have the various fields are available. Now here also we have so many fields are available. So now here also we have some more fields available here. So now when coming to the new account page, we have so many sections are available. Now account information is one section. We have address information is another section. Like that here we have some more sections are also available. Now, so we have some more sections are also available when coming to that page. So now, whenever you are observing this one, we have the account owner. Account owner is nothing but a field. And then account name. Account name is nothing but a field. And then we have the parent account. This is another field. We have account of number. This is another field. Account site is another field. And the type is another field. Industry is another field. Like that here we have so many fields are there. Nothing but each and every object contains some fields or some properties or some attributes of that particular object. So now when coming to the fields, what are the various types of fields available in our Salesforce? Now we will see. When coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce is providing two types of fields. One is standard fields, second one is custom fields. Then where we can see these fields information here. So now whenever if you want to see the fields of a particular object, then we have two ways are there. Okay, we have two ways are there. So now the first one is the standard navigation. The second one is force.com quick access menu. So now here we will see what are the various navigation parts are available to view the fields available in an object. Now we will see. So now the first option is using standard navigation. Second one is using force.com quick access menu. So now these are the two ways are there in order to view the fields available in that object. So now in the standard navigation here. So now by using the standard navigation also we can able to view the fields available in the object. So now for that here we have the navigation steps are there. So now we will discuss about the navigation steps. Go to setup. Go to build menu. In the left panel, and go to customize. Select the associated object. Select the associated object. And click on fields. And click on fields link. So now this is the navigation path. So now here we have to select the object. For example, I'm selecting some accounts. Okay. So now here, go to our Salesforce application. Now we will see this navigation. Now when coming to the object here. So now go to the setup. Setup option is available here. Okay, which will be available on the top right corner beside your application name, you will be having the setup option is available here. This is the setup option that we have. We have the setup option. Now click on that setup option, go to the setup, and the second one is come to the left panel. In that left panel, here we have administer option is available. We have the administer option is available, and under that we have the build menu is available. This is the build menu. So now we have the build menu is available. Under that build menu, we have customize option is available. Now expand that customize. So now here I am using the customize, and then select the type object for which you are going to view the fields. Let's assume that I want to see the fields available in the object account. Now click on account. When you expand that, it is providing the first link called as fields. Click on fields. Now it will provide all the fields available in that particular account object. So now here we have account fields. Now it is giving some information. This page allows you to specify the fields that can appear on the account page. You can create up to 500 account custom fields. So now here, when coming to the account fields, observe this one. So now we have the fields are available. So now what are the fields are there? We have account standard field. This is one section that we have. And along with that, we have one more section. So now here this is the account of fields section. In this account of fields section, we have the first section as account standard fields. This is the account standard fields is available. Now when coming to the standard fields, what do you mean by standard fields? These are the fields ready-madely available which has been created by the Salesforce while creating those standard objects which has been created during the implementation of Salesforce CRM functionality. While creating that Salesforce CRM application, they have created these account, contact, and opportunities like as all these standard objects. In those objects, they have created these fields in order to implement the CRM functionality. So now along with that here, we have some more options are also available. What are the other options are available when coming to this account fields? We have here, observe this one, we have so many fields are available to you. So now when coming to the account standard fields, so now these are the various standard fields are available when coming to the account object. So now here we have account name, and then account number, account owner, account site. Like that here we have so many fields are available. So now here we have account name, account number, account owner, account site, account source, annual revenue, billing address, clean status, created by, DNB company, data.com key, description, like that so many fields are available. So now here, when you go to the down part, so we have one more section is available. This is called as account custom fields and relationships section. Now when coming to the account custom fields and relationships section, it is providing some more fields also here. Okay, it is providing some more fields like active, customer priority, number of locations, SLA, SLA expiration date, SLA serial number, unspell opportunity, like that so many fields are available to you. So now here we have two types of fields are available in each and every object. It may be standard object, it may be custom object also. Now when coming to the fields, we have standard fields which are ready-madely available for that associated objects. When coming to the custom fields are nothing but the fields which we are creating based on our customer requirement. So now while customizing the existing Salesforce CRM functionality or at the time of creating our own custom applications, we have to create these custom fields. So now when coming to the Salesforce,
excuse me, sir. As you said, it was 500 custom fields we can add in this.
Yes.
But wherein in a database table we can add 1024 columns, right?
Yes, correct,
So
correct.
there is a huge difference by.
Yeah, there is a huge difference is available here. So now here, when coming to this particular objects, Salesforce is providing so many standard fields to you. Okay, nothing but these fields will not be comes under the count of that 500. Okay.
So you mean to say including that it will cross 1024. So that's why it
No, no,
was
no. It
restricted
won't.
to.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it will be crossing 1024 because here Salesforce is providing the flexibility that instead of making the table as more number of columns, which may cause some performance issues, like so if the database is giving more flexibility that if it is giving, for example, if the database has given the flexibility to you that you can create n number of columns in a table, then how many tables we will create for to store one person's information? One table is enough. Like we can store his person details, his qualification details, his education details, his contact details, his personal details, his previous experience details, and his project details, his salary details. Everything we can able to store into a single object itself. So now in this kind of scenario, if you are storing the entire information in a single object, then it is raising so many issues to us. So the first one is it is going to be causing some performance issues whenever you are inserting some record or updating the records or deleting the records. It will cause some performance issue. The second problem is it is going to be having the duplicate information. Nothing but redundancy problem will be arise because so many users are there or so many employees are there who are belongs to the same country, who are belongs to the same city, who are belongs to the same address. So now at that time, this for these all these users or the employees, the address will details will be same. So at that time, duplicate information is available. So now in this kind of scenario, instead of making some duplicate data in your object, database has provided a feature called as normalization. When coming to the normalization, so now we are going to be dividing that one table information into the multiple tables, because when you make the table as very small, then the performance will be keep on increasing. So that here, instead of making the table as complex, you can make it the table as simple, so that whatever the fields information that you want to store, whatever the data that you want to store, you can store that associated data into the different tables, like personal data in one table, his credentials data like the username and the password in one table, and then his education details in another table, his past experience details in another table, his address details in another table, his salary details in another table. Nothing but here we are going to be splitting one employee data into the various tables in order to make that simplified, in order to make it understandable, in order to make it easy to maintainable. So for that here we are going to be using those normalizations in order to make that database will be easy to understand, easy to manage, easy to maintain in future. So that here along with that we can able to eliminate the duplicate records also. And if the table is very small, then while performing the insert or update or delete, it is giving the more performance. Okay, so that's what here when coming to the Salesforce is giving to you can able to add maximum of 500 custom fields. So now standard fields will be available to you. So now this will not be comes under the count of 500. Along with the standard fields, we can able to create maximum of 500 custom fields in a single object. 500 custom fields is nothing but each and every field is nothing but a column in the table. So that here 500 columns in the table we can able to add. 500 columns in the sense this is a very big table. Okay, so now 500 columns in the table in the sense that is very big enough. Now generally whenever you are going to be using a very big product also, for that product also we are creating so many tables. So now we are going to be making those tables as normalized. So now as much as possible we have to use the normalizations in our databases. Like the same way when coming to the Salesforce also, they have given some limited number of fields to be get added in a particular object.
Excuse me, sir. This comes under a governing rule or?
Yeah, this will be comes under the governor rule. This is the governor rule.
And Yeah, this is for only free edition, sir. Even it is
No, for
same with
each and
unlimited
every
edition.
edition, for each and every edition. It may be contact
Okay.
manager edition, it may be group edition, it may be enterprise edition, it may be unlimited edition, it may be your professional edition, or it may be anything. So now for each and every edition, Salesforce has given some governor limits. Governor limits are nothing but these are the limitations provided by the Salesforce. Okay, like when coming to the object we have discussed, we can able to create maximum of 500 custom objects in the developer edition. When coming to the unlimited edition, we can able to create maximum of 2000 custom objects. So nothing but these are the limits are there. So now here when coming to the Salesforce, in each and every functionality they have given some limitations. If you want to cross those limitations, then we can go for the development or we have to contact the Salesforce in order to increase that number of objects, or in order to increase the size also, nothing but the memory space also. Okay, any more questions? Anybody is having some questions?
No.
Okay, now so when coming to the fields, we have the standard fields as well as custom fields are there. When coming to the standard fields are provided by the Salesforce. Okay, standard fields are provided by the Salesforce. So now when coming to the standard fields, now we will discuss about some functionality. When coming to the entry point of view, they may raise some questions also. So now what is the difference between the standard fields and the custom fields? So now when coming to the standard fields are the ready-made fields provided by the Salesforce. So now which is available in each and every standard object as well as our custom object also. So now when coming to the custom fields can be created by the developers whenever they are going to be extending the Salesforce CRM functionality, or whenever they're creating their own custom applications. At that time, it requires to add some more custom fields also, so that Salesforce is providing the flexibility that the user or the developer can able to create maximum of 500 custom fields per an object. Now, so now when coming to the standard fields, now observe this one here. So now this is the standard fields. Okay, this is the standard field, account standard fields. So now here, when coming to the standard fields, we have two attributes are there. One is field label. Okay, so now have you able to understand this field label? Like, are you remember this field label here?
Hello.
Hello, are you looking at
Hello.
this field label?
Yeah.
Now, the red mark which I am displaying here, the
See
marker.
that. You can see that.
Yeah,
We
the
can
field
see that.
label. And then here we have field name. Okay, so now here we have two attributes are there. One is field label, second one is the field name. So now here for standard fields we have field label as well as field name. What do you mean by this field label? What do you mean by this field name? Observe this one here. When coming to the field label, we have account name, nothing but account space name. When coming to the field name, we have simply name. When coming to the field label, account space number, here we have account number. This is a single word. Field name is single word. Account space owner in the field label. And in the field name, it is having owner. When coming to the fourth field, account space site. And in the field name, it is having simply site. When coming to the field label, account space source. Here we have one word, account source. And in the field label, we have annual space revenue. And here we have the field name as annual revenue. So nothing but here we are having the field label and the field name. Now we will discuss about that here. So what is this field label and what is this field name? Now we have the fields. So now in Salesforce, each object, so we have discussed about this, I think. Now in Salesforce we have two types of fields are available. The first one is the standard field, second one is the custom fields. When coming to the standard fields, these are the fields provided by the Salesforce. So now when coming to these fields are provided by the Salesforce. So now when coming to the standard field contains the two attributes. One is field label and the field name. It contains two attributes called as field label and the field name. So now what do you mean by this field label and the field name? Now we will see. Field label. Field label is going to be describing, it describes the label information or the text, which is a static text information to be displayed in the front end part, in the user interface. Okay, next, field name. Now the field name describes column name in the table. Okay, so now here when coming to the standard fields, we have the two attributes called as field label and the field name. So now when coming to the field label is going to be describing the static text or the label information to be displayed in the user interface or in front end. When coming to the field name is going to be describing the column name in the table. Okay, so now here observe this one. So now we will see the practical implementation. So now here we have the account object. For example, we have the account object. So now for this account object, we have the object is there and we have the table is also there. The table name is account. And the object name is also account. Now come to this table here. So now here I'm making the field labels here and then I'm specifying the field names here. So now field label. So now this is going to be representing the field label. This is a field name. So now here in the account object, we are having the field called as account name. So now it is going to be mapping with the column in the table called as name simply. And then we have account source. For this one, it is having a column in the table called as account source. And here we have account site. It is mapping with a column called as simply site. And then we have annual revenue. It has been mapped with a column called as annual revenue. And then we have account type. It is mapping with a column called as simply type. We have a rating field. It has been mapped with a column called as rating. We have industry. It is mapping with a column called as industry. And we have active field. It is mapping with a column called as active underscore underscore C. So now observe this one here. When coming to this one, we have the field labels are there. We have the field names are there. Field labels are nothing but these are the label information or the text information which will be displaying into the user interface. Now field names are nothing but these are the names of the columns available in the account table. Name is one column. Account source is another column. Site is another column. Annual revenue is another column. Type is another column. Rating is another column. Industry is another column. Active underscore underscore C is another column. These are the various columns available in my table account. So now once you enter some data in the account name field, come to here. So now here when you go to that account object, like open any of the account record. Go to the account record. Click on new. So now once you enter any data in this account number, account name text box, that will be comes into the name column in the account table. When you enter some data in the account source text box, it will be storing into the account source column in the table. Account site is the label information. Like suppose for example, so now I think everybody is aware of the login screen is there for the each and every application. It may be Gmail application, it may be banking application, it may be your Salesforce application also. So now where it is providing some information to you, like it is providing some information, enter username, and then here you will be having a text box. Okay, here you will be having a text box where you have to enter the data. You will be having some more live label like as enter password, and then here you will be having a text box where you are entering that information. So now here when coming to the you enter username, this is what, this is the label, nothing but some static text information which will be displaying into that user interface in order to indicate to the user please enter the username in this particular text box. Nothing but in the first text box enter the username, and in the second text box enter the password. If you did not provide this label information like enter username, enter password, then the user doesn't know in which text box he has to enter username, in which text box he has to enter the password. So that to indicate clearly, we are giving some labels information. By using those labels, we are going to be indicating to the user, please enter the username in the first text box in the login screen. Please enter the password in the second text box in the login screen. And then click on login button in order to verify your credentials and enter into the application. Like the same way here, when coming to our Salesforce application also, okay, in our Salesforce application also, we are having the field label and the field name. Field label is nothing but the label information or the static text information which will be displaying into the user interface. Now this is the user interface that we have. Here we have account name. Nothing but this is the label information. So this is the label information. Like here we have account name. Now this is the account name. This is the label. Parent account. We have, this is the label. We have account number. This is the label. And we have the account side. This is also a label. Type. This is also a label. And then industry. This is also a label. And then annual revenue. This is also a label is there. So nothing but these are the labels are there. Nothing but field label, which is going to be indicating to the user, please enter the account side. So now when you come to the account name, in this particular field, okay, in this text box, in the account name text box, so whatever the data that you have entered, okay, whatever the data that you have entered, this data will be storing into the name column in that account table. So now for this one here we have the parent account. In this one, whatever the data that you have entered, that will be storing into the parent account column in the table. Account number, whatever the data that you have entered in this text box, this will be storing into the account number column. Account site, when you enter the account site value, this value will be storing into the site column in that account table. Type, whatever the type that you have selected, this value will be storing into the type column in that account table. Industry, whatever the industry value that you have selected, this industry value will be storing into that industry column in the associated account table. Like that here we have mapped, because here already we have discussed each and every field in the object is mapped with a column in the table, because this is purely ORM technology, object relationship and the mapping. So now we are mapping each and every field in the object with the column in the table. So that here, whatever the data that you have entered in the field in the front end, the data will be storing into the associated column in the table itself. Okay.
Yeah.
Now come to our objects here. So now here we have, when coming to this particular field, you will be having the field label and the field name. Field label is going to be representing the label information or the static text information which will be displaying into the front end part, nothing but in the graphical user interface part. And the field name is going to be representing the column name in the actual table. So now when coming to the table column names, table column name should be one word. It should not have multiple words. But when coming to the label, it is having the spaces, nothing but account space name, account space source, account space site, annual space revenue. Like that here we have some label like as enter username, enter password, like that. Okay. So now for that here we are having the various field labels and the field names. Now, so now when coming to the standard fields, we have discussed 2 points as of now. One is these are the ready-made fields provided by the Salesforce to you. So now when coming to the standard fields, we can able to have the 2 attributes for that standard field, that is field label and the field name. Field label is describing the static text or the label information which will be displaying into the user interface or in the page layout. Field name is describing the actual column name in the table. These are the 2 points we have discussed. Now we will discuss some more points here. Now go to our Salesforce application now. So now come to our fields information. Already you are aware of how to navigate to the fields. Go to the setup. Come to the build in the left panel. Go to the customize option. And then select the object for which you want to see the fields. Let's assume that select the accounts. Expand that. And you will be having the link called as fields. Click on fields. So now it is going to be displaying all the fields available in that. So now here observe this functionality and let me know what is the differences that you have observed. So now here account standard fields. Okay, this is the account standard fields is available here. Next, and then we have account custom fields are available. Okay, this is the account custom fields are there. So now here, what is the difference that you have observed now? Tell me here. Any differences have you observed? Have you observed any differences? Standard fields and the custom fields. Check the standard field. Here is the account standard field section. Here we have field label and the field name. And come to the custom fields section. Here we have some different options are there. Let me know what are the differences that you have observed.
There is a API number, API name.
Okay, API name. Where you have observed that? For the standard fields or for the custom fields?
For the custom fields.
Custom fields, okay. Any more differences have you observed?
There is an underscore instead of not. There's no underscores in the field name.
Okay.
But in the API name, we have the underscores. Wherever the space is needed, they just put underscore.
Okay. Correct.
So it also says underscore hyphen C, and underscore C is common in all the fields.
Okay.
I guess it's saying that it's customized.
Yes. Okay. Any other differences have you observed?
It gives the modified.
What are the other options that you have identified here?
There is a modified
Data. No.
Modified also is there.
Okay.
There is a delete option. There's no delete option for the other one because it's standard.
Yes, correct.
Replace and delete option.
Any more differences?
Options to create new.
Okay. Where?
In section.
Custom.
In custom section, okay. When coming to the standard, do we have any new button is there?
No.
Then what it means?
Add a new standard because it's created by CRM application.
Yes, nothing but can we create any standard fields in an object?
No.
No. Why? There is no new button is available. Salesforce did not provide any new button here. When you go to the account standard fields, here we don't have any new button is available. So nothing but we cannot create any more standard fields in an object. Okay. Next, come to the custom fields. So now here when coming to the account custom fields, we have a new button is available. New is going to be indicating that we can able to add any more new custom fields in this particular object. So now when coming to the standard fields, we cannot able to add any more standard fields. Now we will add that point here. Under the standard fields, the third point is we have identified that we cannot add any more standard fields in an object. Next. Now, tell me some more differences here.
There is no delete button.
There is no? Tell me, Madhavi.
There is no delete option in standard.
There is no delete option. Nothing but can you delete the existing standard fields? Observe this one here. When coming to the action column here, we have edit edit, like that. We have for all these fields, we have edit option is there. When coming to the custom fields, we have edit, delete, edit, delete, edit, delete. Nothing but we can able to edit this custom field. We can able to delete these custom fields also. Nothing but for the standard fields, we don't have any delete button in order to delete the standard field. Because here these fields are using by the Salesforce CRM functionality. If you are deleting any one of these fields, then the CRM functionality will be get affected. So for that here, when coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce has prevented from deleting the records, from deleting the custom standard fields by the user. So now for that here, when coming to the standard fields, we cannot create any more standard fields and we cannot delete the existing standard fields from that object. Now we will add that point here. We cannot delete the existing standard fields from the object. Okay, we cannot delete any existing standard fields from the object. Next, any more differences have you identified? Any other differences?
There is a field called some associate.
field
There's one more thing. We need to go down.
Okay.
field dependency.
Dependency.
Field dependencies. Okay. So now field dependencies option is not available for the standard. Okay. So now we will see that option also. Now observe this one. When coming to the custom fields, what we have identified, so now we can able to add our own custom fields also. How? By using the new button available in that section. By using this new button, we can able to add our own custom fields also. And the second one, we have for the custom fields, we have two options are there. One is field label, second one is API name. So now here, when coming to the standard fields, we have two attributes. One is field label, field name. For the custom fields, we have field label and API name. Okay. Now we will add these points here. Custom fields should be created by the user. We can add or we can create maximum of 500 custom fields in an object. Next one. Custom fields can be deleted. We can able to delete the custom fields also. And when coming to the custom field, each custom field contains two properties. The first one is field label and the second one is API name. API in the sense application programming interface. Okay. So now here when coming to the API name, observe the API name of that field. Observe this one. Check the API name. How the API name is looking like here? This is active underscore underscore C. Custom priority underscore underscore C. Number of locations underscore underscore C. SLA underscore underscore C. SLA expiration date underscore underscore C. Nothing but each and every field API name is post fixed with underscore underscore C. This underscore underscore C is going to be representing or defining this is a custom field which has been defined by the developer. So now if it is a custom field, then we can able to delete those custom fields also. If you are adding a new field, then automatically column will be added in the table. If you are removing a field from the object, automatically column will be removed from that object, from the table itself. So now here, when coming to the custom fields, so now each field API name is post fixed with underscore underscore C, which indicates this is a custom field. Okay, so now here we have two types of fields are available. One is standard field, second one is custom fields. So now when coming to the standard fields cannot be removed by the developer or the user. We cannot create any more standard fields. When coming to the standard fields are provided by the Salesforce. And then when coming to the standard fields, it is having two attributes. One is field label, second one is field name. The field label is going to be representing the label information in that user interface, and the field name is representing the column name in the table. Nothing but whatever the data that you have entered in that particular field in that user interface, that will be storing into the field name, nothing but in the associated column in the table. So now when coming to the custom fields has to be created by the users or the developers in order to customize the existing Salesforce CRM functionality, or in order to developing your own custom applications. And then we can able to add maximum of 500 custom fields per an object. And custom fields can be deleted. What are the custom fields that you have created? Those fields you can able to delete in future if it doesn't request to you. And each custom field will be having the two properties. One is field label, second one is the field name. When coming to the field label is going to be representing, it represents the label name in the user interface. When coming to the API name, it represents column name in the table. Okay, so now here the functionality is same, but the terminology they have given as a different. For the standard field we have field name, for the custom field we have API name. Okay, clear? Any more questions?
No.
Okay. Now come to the Salesforce application. So now here when coming to the fields, we are having the flexibility that we can able to create our own fields also. So now we can able to add maximum of 500 custom fields. Then what are the various types of fields are available in our Salesforce? Then how can we create our own fields? Now we will see. So now when coming to the fields, whatever the fields we are creating, those fields are custom fields only, because standard fields we cannot able to create, only custom fields we can able to create. So now here, whenever you are creating a new field, that will be treated as a custom field only. So now here we are going to be defining what are the various of field types are available in our Salesforce. Now we will see. So now when coming to the field types, Salesforce is providing so many field types are available. The first one is auto number. And the second field type is currency type. And the third one is number type. And the fourth one is phone type. And the fifth one is email type. And the sixth one is percent type. And the seventh one, text type. And then we have text area type. And the ninth one is text area long. And the 10th one is text area rich. And then we have pick list type. And then we have pick list multi-select. And then we have date type. And then we have date time type. And we have text encrypted type. And then we have URL type. So now here these are the various types of fields available in our Salesforce. So now here we have auto number, currency type, number type, phone type, email type, percent type, text type, text area type, text area long, text area rich, pick list, multi-select pick list, date type, date time type, text encrypted, and we have checkbox type. Okay, checkbox type. So now these are the various types of fields available in our Salesforce. So now we will discuss about each and every field type. Then what is the functionality of this each and every field type now? So now first of all we will discuss about auto number. What is the functionality of this auto number field?
Automatically generates the numbers.
Okay, whenever you are creating a new record, automatically the Salesforce or the application has to generate the number for that particular record, right? So now instead of entering that record value or the field value manually by the user, I want to make it automated. So now whenever you are creating some new employee record into your organization, then only the employee details I will provide into the user interface. When you click on submit, it will store that employee records into that table, and it will generate a new employee ID which is a unique. So now, even though if we have the multiple employees are there with the same name, for employee, each and every employee, it will generate a unique identification number, that is employee ID. So now that will be generated by my application itself. I don't want to enter that employee ID. If I'm giving the employee ID, then whatever the employee ID that I have given to this employee, this is already allocated to somebody else maybe. So here there might be some this kind of collisions maybe get arise. So for that here, I don't want to enter the employee ID manually. This has to be get generated by my application itself. Like the same way, when coming to our Salesforce also, whenever you are creating a field, in that particular field, the value has to be generated by my Salesforce itself. I don't want to enter the value. I don't want to enter the value in that field. That value will be generated by my Salesforce itself. So that I want to make that field to generate the value automatically. So in this kind of scenario, we are going to be using this auto number field. When coming to the auto number field, it will be generating the value automatically. Nothing but no need to enter the value. This value will be generated by the Salesforce application itself. When it will generate, whenever the record is getting saved, then this auto number field value will be get generated. This value will be storing into that associated column in the table. Okay, so now by using this auto number, if you want to make that field value has to be auto generated, then we can use this auto number type. Okay, now So auto number field is used to make the field value auto generated. Okay, we have to make that field value as auto generated here. Then auto generated in the sense how it will be providing that value, from which number it will start that number. So for that here, when coming to the auto number field, it is having the various properties. The first one is display format. What is the format that you are going to display? So now here, in which format you are going to display that particular ID? Suppose for example, I want to display, I have some employee IDs are there. Employee ID. So now my employee ID format will be like this, like EID hyphen 100001. Okay, and then sometimes I want to generate my customer ID. My customer ID should be in a different format, like it should be some customer ID. This should be some 500001. Or sometimes I want to generate some other values, like I want to use this is employee ID. And this is a customer ID format. And then I want to display some position ID, where it should be have some POS hyphen 4001. And sometimes I want to enter my employee ID. Employee ID, I want to specify IN hyphen, I want to specify 200001. Like that here, when coming to the each and every field. So now when coming to the display format, nothing but how the ID will be look like. Auto generated in the sense it will be generating in different format, then we can't understand. So that I have some plans in my mind that my employee ID should be in a specific format. Like that it may be EID hyphen, this is the digits will be there. Nothing but 6 digits or 7 digits will be there. That should be starting from the first number, as first employee ID will be some 100001 or 200001 or 300001. So now from which number you are going to start? So now here when coming to the auto number, we have a property called as display format, in which format you are going to be generating the auto numbers. So now for that here we have to specify the format. To specify the format, we have to use this specific syntax. You have to specify the characters okay, characters, and then specify the braces. This is the flower braces. Enter the number of digits you are going to specify. Okay, number of digits. Now for example, I want to specify these characters. Like when coming to the display format, I want to specify display format. Display format should be like this. Like I want to specify EID, nothing but employee ID hyphen, you can specify the number. This is the format that I am expecting. So nothing but it is going to be describing here employee ID should be like EID 100001, EID 100002, like that here. Okay, clear? Understood?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next. Now here after that, When coming to the employee ID here, I have specified EID hyphen, we have specified zeros. How many zeros? 6 digits. How many digits you want? Specify those many number of zeros. And then from where you are going to start. So now here for that we have a second property as starting number. Okay, starting number. So now we have to indicate from which number we want to start generating the numbers. Okay, so now we have to specify example starting number. This should be some 100001. So now at that time the first employee ID will be EID, this is the one. The second employee ID will be EID, this is a 001. Like that here, keep on, it is going to be incrementing the value by 1. Each time when the user creates a new record in the table, then Salesforce will generate a new number for the record. Okay, and then each time the value, nothing but the auto number value will be incremented by 1. Okay, each time the auto number field value will be incremented by 1, not 2. So now here first employee ID will be EID 100001, and for the second employee 100002, third employee 100003. Like that, here it will be having these options here. Next, and then it will be having the third attribute. The third attribute is nothing but field label. Okay, which is going to be describing in the label or the text information to be displayed in the user interface. And the fourth one is API name. Okay, with this name it is going to be creating the column in the table. And the fifth attribute in that auto number field is this is generate auto number for the existing fields. Okay, generate auto number for existing records also. So now here generate auto number for existing records in the sense, suppose for example here, this table is already created. Sometime back the table is already created. In the table so many records are there. Now I am creating a new column in the table where this column type is a auto number, which is going to be generating the number automatically by that application itself. So now at that time, here if you are creating that auto number field, then from now onwards, okay, from now onwards, whatever the new records that you are going to create, for those new records, it will generate the new number. But what about the existing record? We have some lakhs of records are available already in our same table. Then what about those records? For those records, there is no ID is available. There is no value available in that field. So at that time, how can we generate the number? So for that here, it is providing a option called as generate auto number for existing records. So now if you select this particular checkbox, then it is going to be generating the ID value or the auto number value for those existing records also. Not only from the new records which you are going to create from now onwards, for the existing record also, it is going to be allocating the number by default. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Now, the second field type is currency. So now why we are using this currency type? Whenever if you want to enter some currency, like some annual revenue values, okay, if you want to enter some currency values, then we are going to be using this currency field type. So now to enter the currency field values or currency values into the field, we have to use this field type. Now, for example, I have annual revenue. Where I have entered some value. Okay, I have entered some value here. That is 1 lakh value I have entered. So now when you save the record, when you save the above record, then it will display the record value as annual revenue, and this is dollar symbol 1 lakh. Okay, it will be displaying the value like this. So nothing but here it is going to be post fixing the currency symbol before that number, whatever the currency value that you have entered. So now with that currency value, it is going to be prefixing the dollar symbol or the currency value which you have selected. Okay, so now here it is going to be giving that information, that is currency symbol will be prefixed with the value. Okay, currency symbol will be prefixed with the value. Next, the number type. Number type field, whenever if you want to enter the numbers, then we are going to be using some number type to enter only numerical digits.
In currency type, only dollar symbol is available.
No, we have so many currency symbols are there. I will show you practically how to change that. Okay.
Okay.
The default is
one
dollar
more thing
symbol.
Okay. And one more thing in auto number.
Okay.
You have fixed EID only. EID hyphen. It is auto generated ID number.
Okay.
If we have two branches,
okay,
we are allocating one branch with one code and one branch with one code. EID replace with the branch code.
Okay.
After that, it have to generate the employee IDs. Then how can we modify that one?
It may be anything. Okay, it may be anything. Observe this one. Now we have multiple branches are there. So now along with that, here the employee ID will be common, nothing but the same notation we are going to follow. You will be having some multiple branches are there, which will be in the same city or which will be in the different cities, which may be in the different countries also. So now for each and every employee, we are following the same rules, nothing but in terms of leaves. Okay, in terms of working hours or in terms of project allocations, like that, in terms of designations, in terms of like income tax policies, everything will be common for each and every employee. He may be in US, he may be in India, he may be in Japan, he may be in Germany, wherever. So now here most of the rules will be common. So now employee ID will be the same format. You will be having the different branches also. But along with this employee ID, we have to add one more column in the table, that in which branch he is working or in which department he is working. So that we have to add that field, but we cannot able to differentiate those employee IDs. Okay, employee ID will be the common format. You may be having multiple branches also.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we take the multiple branch ID into this ID? Can we attach that?
Yes, we can able to attach. We can able to attach that
Like
multiple ID values.
Like Hyderabad hyphen 1000001.
Okay.
Bangalore hyphen 1001, like that.
Yes, we can able to add that.
Okay.
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 Now, so now here, when coming to the number type, we are going to be using this field type in order to enter only the numerical digits. So now here, when coming to the numerical digits, how many digits I can enter? We can enter maximum of 18 digits. Okay, we can enter maximum of 18 digits in this number data type. So now here, after that, the phone type. So now this phone type is used to enter the phone number values. 10-digit phone number value. Now suppose, for example, I have entered the contact number. I have entered the contact number like this. This is the 10-digit phone number I have entered. So now here, once you save the records, it will display that value as contact number. It is providing the value as 998. It will give the space 877 hyphen 66. Now how many digits are there totally? 11 is there. So now 6645. Okay. So now here, this is the format it is going to be creating in order to saving that record here. So now here, whenever you are going to be entering the phone number value into that phone data type, then it is going to be converting that phone number 10-digit value into the associated US phone number format. Okay, like that, when you enter the value like this, like the complete 10-digit, then it is going to be converting the format, or while saving that record, it is converting that phone number as this particular format. This is the format it will use internally here. Next.
Excuse me, if we have any 11 digits, for example, if in India we have to enter the landline number, it will have more than 11 digits, including the code, ISD code or
yes,
STD code. So
yeah, then also it is going to be converting into the another format here. Like if you have entered some 11 digits, okay, then it will be converting into the another format. Like the plus symbol will be there, and whatever the country code that we have, it may be 1, it may be 91, whatever, it is going to be appending separately.
Okay, so it will take 11 digits.
Yes. Next, we have the email type. Now, by this email type, we are going to be used to enter the email ID values. Email ID values. So now here, why we have to go with this email type here? Why can't we use a text type where we can able to enter some email ID? So now here, when coming to the email type, we'll have all the validations. It will be having all the validations for the email ID. So now, once you enter the email ID value in that particular field, while saving that record, it will verify whether whatever the email ID that you have entered in that field, this is available in the email ID format or not. If it is available in the email ID format, then only your record will be getting saved. If the value is not available in the email ID format, it will give the error message to you. Okay, so that here it is will be having the inbuilt validations are there.
Okay,
If the
for
user,
phone type also, is there any validation for cell numbers?
yeah, for
It
the
is
cell
fixed
numbers here, we
format.
have to enter 10 digits. If we enter 10 digits, then only it is going to be accepting that. Okay, it will be converting into this particular format. If you did not enter the 10 digits, then this format will not be available to you. Now this format will be available whenever you have entered only 10 digits. Okay, if you have entered some value like some 5 digits or 6 digits also, then it will accept, but this format will not be available to you. Whatever the format that you have entered, in the same format it will display the phone number to you. So now when
Can
coming to our requirement, that each and every phone number should be having 10 digits, so that we have to add some additional functionality, that is validation rules. Okay, so now in that validation rules, we can do some validations. We will write some rules. With those rules, we are going to be validating whether the user has entered the 10-digit phone number or not. Okay, so for that here we have the validation rules also. Clear?
yes.
Okay. Now, if the user did not enter a valid email ID format, then it will display the error message. It will display the error message while saving the record. So now whenever you are saving that record, it is going to validating whether the user has entered the proper email ID format or not. So now what will be the various formats are available when coming to the email ID? You will be having email ID format will be look like this. Email ID format is like this, like below. So nothing but here the syntax is you have to specify the email name and then @ symbol, and then you have to specify the domain name. Okay, this is the format in the email ID should be there. Now for example here we have so many email ID formats are there. abc@test.com, abc@test.co.in, and we have abc@test.in. We have abc@test.net, abc@test.edu, abc@test.org, abc@test.gov.in, abc@test.co.uk, and then abc@test.co.us. Okay, so like that here you will be having so many domain names are available. Each domain name will be having a different format. Test.com, .co.in, .net, .edu, .org, .gov.in, like that. Here so many formats are available. All these formats validations are included into the email type. So that here you can enter the email ID that will verify whether that email ID is available in any of this format or not. If that email ID which you have entered is not matching with any of this particular format, it will give the error message to you that this email ID which you have entered is not in the valid format. So please enter the valid email ID format only. Okay. So that here, when coming to this ready-made field types, no need to write any validations. These validations are ready-madely included here. So that here, when coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce is providing so many functionalities ready-madely to you. Okay. Next, the next field type is a percent. So now why we are using this percent symbol here, percent type, in order to enter the percent values. Enter the percentage values. Like, suppose for example, so now here I have entered the value like this, like a discount value. I have entered like as some 7. So now while saving your record, it will provide field as below. Like here it is providing discount value. This will be 7%. Nothing but what it will do, it is going to be post fixing that. Okay, it will post fix the percentage symbol for the value. Okay, so now here this is the functionality of percentage symbol, percentage type. Next, text. What is the functionality of this text data type? Now we will see. So now whenever if you want to enter some data, like I want to enter some username, or I want to enter some account name, or I want to enter some customer name, or I want to enter my product name, or I want to enter my sales team or the sales team name, whatever. Whenever you are going to be entering some values, nothing but some alphanumerical values along with some special characters, then we can go for the text data type. So now the text data type is used to enter the text values, nothing but some string values, where it will accept the numerical values, alphanumerical values, and then special characters also. Okay. So now here observe this one here. When coming to the text data type is used to enter the string values. Okay. So now it will accept the alphanumerical values along with the special characters. Okay, along with the special characters. So now here this is like as a text box. Okay, simply when coming to this one, this is like as a text box. Now when coming to the text data type, we can enter the data only in one line, not in the multiple lines. Okay, like as username, we have to enter only in one line. Multiple lines we cannot able to enter. So now in this one line, how many characters we can able to enter? We have some limitations. Like in this text data type, it will accept up to 255 characters. Okay, it won't accept more number of characters, it will accept only 255 characters only. So now here, when coming to the text data type, in order to enter some text values, we are using this text data type, where this text data type will accept maximum of 255 characters, where we have to enter all these characters in a single line itself. Sometimes I want to enter my address, where I have some flat number, I have some like the house number, nothing but the door number. I want to enter the landmark, apartment name, street name, and all these things I want to enter in the different lines. So at that time, we need another field, that is, we need another field called as text area, where we can able to enter the multiple lines of information. When coming to the text area also having the similar kind of functionality here. Okay, it is also having the similar kind of functionality, which is used to enter the string values. It will accept the alphanumerical values along with the special characters also. Now this is like as the text area. Okay, this is like as a text area control. When coming to the data, we can enter the data in multiple lines itself, in one or more lines. When coming to the data, we can able to enter the data in one or more lines, but it will accept only 255 characters, not more than that. Okay, the text data type and the text area data type both will be accepting the values maximum of 255 characters only, not more than that. Now, after that, so we have one more data type is available. What is this data type? Now we will see. So now we have the text area long. What is the functionality of this text area long? Now we will see. So now when coming to the text area long, this is also having the similar functionality, where this is used to enter the string values, which will be accepting all the characters like as the alphanumerical values as well as the special characters also. And then this is also like as a text area control. And then we can able to enter the data in one or more lines of statements. When coming to the text area long, nothing but this is the not only like as a text area, this is a long text area where we can able to enter multiple lines of information, which will be accepting more number of characters. So now when coming to the text area long, it will be accepting the characters up to 1,31,076 characters. Okay, the text area long, nothing but this is a long text area which will accept more number of characters here. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Now the next type is text area rich. So what do you mean by this text area rich here? Have you identified or have you observed anywhere this text area rich text box here?
Rich text box it is.
Where you have used that rich text box? Anywhere have you used?
Formatted with HTML links
Okay.
or tables.
Anywhere? Any other place? Any other place have you identified this rich text box? Suppose for example, let's take the Gmail application. So now I have logged into my Gmail application here. I want to compose a mail. So now I want to draft a mail in order to send this mail to one of my colleague or my friend or anybody. So now here to compose a mail or to prepare a new mail, we have to use compose button. When you click on this compose button, it is going to be providing a new window. This is the new window it has provided here. So now when coming to this new window, it is providing a text box where we can able to enter the information. So now here we have one text box is there. Two, where we have to enter the two addresses. It may be one or multiple persons' email ID we can enter. And then we have the subject, where the subject has to be get entered, nothing but what will be the subject part of that particular email. And then here you will be having the content part, where we can able to enter your content. What is the content that you are going to send along with this email? So for that, here we can able to, it is providing a text area to you. So when coming to the text area, it has provided the functionality where we can able to enter the data in multiple lines. So now whatever the data that you have entered, if you want to change some functionality, like here if you want to change the background color, so for that here it has provided some functionality to you, like as large, nothing but you can change the font size, we can change the font style also, and we can change the text color also, where we have the text color is available, and then we have the background color also, and then we can able to apply the underline symbols, we can apply the italic formats, we can apply the bold formats also, we can include some images also here, like whatever the images that you are going to include. So now here those images also we can able to include in that here. So nothing but here it is providing so many functionalities to you, nothing but rich text box, rich functionality, more functionalities, attractive functionalities it is providing to you. When coming to the Gmail application, whenever you are preparing your email content, that email content text box is nothing but a rich text box. So now where we can able to enter the multiple lines of information, and along with that we can able to apply the different styles, like you can make that content as bold, you can make that content as italic, you can make that content as strikeable or underline or underscore, and you can change the font of that content, you can change the size of the content, you can change the background color of the content, you can change the text color of the content, you can do the adjustments also, and then we can add some images also, and then we can add some hyperlinks also, and we can able to add some another images also here. So now here all these options are available to you, but when coming to the normal text area or text area long, this will be providing like as a normal notepad only, where we cannot able to perform all these operations. These are the normal text areas, but when coming to the rich text box, you will be having more functionality, like here these are the various functionalities are available here. When you come to this one, these are the various functionalities are available, like the font and the font size, bold, italic, underline, and then the text color, and then here we have the text, and then image you can able to add, sorry, the file you can able to add, Google Drive also, and you can able to add the photos also, hyperlinks also, some icons also, everything we can able to add into that. Nothing but some rich text box functionality is available to you. So now when coming to our Salesforce also, Salesforce is also providing the rich text box functionality to you. So now when coming to the rich text box, here we can able to enter the string values, and then only the string values we can able to enter alphanumerical values, and the special characters, images, and then pictures, and then files also we can able to add, and we can able to add hyperlinks, and then we can change the text color, we can change the text size, color, or size, or the font, or the style, everything. So many functionalities are available here. This is like as a text area control, where we can able to enter the data in one or multiple lines, and which will be accepting more lines of code. Nothing but it will be accepting maximum of 1,31,076 characters. Okay, so now here when coming to the rich text box, it is providing some rich functionalities, more functionalities to you. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Any more questions?
No.
Okay. So these are the some of the field types are there, and along with that we have some more field types like pick list multi-select, date type, and the date time type, text encrypted, URL, checkbox. Like these are the various types are there. In tomorrow's sessions, we will discuss about this, and then we will see how to create these fields in our object, how to create our own application, how to create our own object, how to create our own field. We will see in our tomorrow's session. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I will share this document and I will share this video also through the drive. And Sangi, for you, I will add that email ID into my drive so that we can able to access my drive videos as well as the documents which I'm sharing over there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
హలో
Yeah.
సార్ నరేందర్ సార్,
Yeah. Yeah. చెప్పండి.
ఇది డాక్యుమెంట్ మీరు ఏదైతే చేస్తున్నారో జస్ట్ ఒకే డాక్యుమెంట్లో చేయండి సార్, ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ మేకింగ్ సెవరల్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్.
ఓకే. ఓకే.
సో దట్ ఏంటంటే జస్ట్ అది కాపీ చేసుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. ఎందుకంటే నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ పెరిగిన కొద్ది డ్రైవ్లో విల్ గెట్ ఎ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ లేటర్.
Okay. Okay. So which has to be refer first, which has to be refer next, that will be a confusion. So that I will do one thing. Okay. Then I will do one
ఒకటే డాక్యుమెంట్, ఒకటే డాక్యుమెంట్లో పెడితే దట్ విల్ బి ఈజీ సార్.
Okay.
కంటిన్యూస్ డేట్ చేయండి సరిపోతుంది.
Okay, then I will do one thing. Then I will create a Google Drive document, and in that document I will paste everything one by one.
Yeah, that will be better, sir.
Okay.
And whenever you are asking some questions, I'm not replying it, sir. అంటే కొంత నాకు ఐడియా ఉంది కాబట్టి I'm not replying it, so that others can follow అని చెప్పేసి.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. I can understand.
So don't take another. మళ్ళీ ఎందుకు ముందే మనం చెప్పడం అని చెప్పేసి.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
So if I have any doubt, I'll